Hello everyone, welcome back to the Force Galaxy. Hope you all are good. So in our today's video, we are going to discuss the second automation we are having in our Salesforce, that is the process builder. Yes, today's video is on about the process builder, what is process builder, and in what scenarios we should go or we should use the process builder. So let's start with today's video. So as in the workflow, we have discussed that we can perform 4 different actions using workflow, that is, or can say it is limited to only 4 actions we can perform. So now if the condition or the scenarios come where I want to call an Apex class using automation, or I want to update child records using automation, or I want to update a record, so all these actions cannot be performed using the workflow. So Salesforce developed an automation tool named Process Builder, in which we have number of actions or more than actions to perform than workflow rules, like calling an Apex class, updating the child record. We can perform all these actions using the automation process builder instead of Apex trigger. So now let's discuss the definition, and then we'll discuss all different actions we have to perform in process builder. So process builder is a point and click tool that lets us automate the business process, and we are able to see the graphical representation of the business requirement or the process which we have built. In Process Builder, every process consists of one trigger. This trigger is to identify when the process should run. Then we have criteria node, in which we set our criteria so as to filter out the records. Then we need to add one actions. This action can be immediate, or we can also schedule our action to run at a specific time. So now the Process Builder support 3 different types of process for automation, and these are: number 1 is record change, whenever a record is created or edited. Number 2 is platform event, when a platform message is received. And the number 3 is invocable process, when a process is called through another process. In process builder, we have 11 different actions to perform. So now let's discuss all these actions in detail on our screen. So let's move to our screen. So now here we need to provide our process builder name. Now here, as you can see, we have the 3 options to select when the process should start. Now the 3 options are: when a record changes, a platform event is received, or it is invoked by another process. So for now we will select when a record changes. So here, as you can see, we have different box to add different conditions and object or immediate actions. Like we have start node, then add object box, then we have add criteria box, then we can add immediate action, and also we can schedule our actions. Now here we have to select our object. For now let's select account, and now here you can see we have the 2 options when we want to start our process: when the record is created and when the record is created or edited. Now here we have one more checkbox. This is of advanced type recursion. Now let's understand this. So if you select yes, then the process can evaluate the same record up to the 5 additional time in a single transaction. It might reevaluate the record because a process, workflow, or a flow updated the record in the same transaction. So some of these changes may be a part of our process, or they may be managed by other workflow rules or flows in our organization. So if we allow the process builder to reevaluate a record multiple times in a single transaction, then we can manage and evaluate all these changes, even the changes from the other process, in a single transaction in our process. So this is about the recursion checkbox. Hope you guys understood. Now we simply save this, and now next we move to our adding the criteria. So here first we have to write the name of our criteria. Then we have 3 options in which we can add our criteria, either to meet the condition. Next is to write the formula here, and we have fields, we have functions with the help of which we can add the formula. Now the third is no criteria, just execute the actions. So in the first conditions, we need to write our condition and need to add the logical operator. And here, as you can see, we have another checkbox. This is of advanced checkbox, and this is same as we have in our workflow rule, that is subsequently meet the criteria. So for now what we'll do, we will select no criteria, just execute the action, hit save. Now we come to adding action to our process builder. So here, as you can see, we have different actions which we can perform using this process builder. So the first one is Apex, that is we can call Apex class using the process builder. So here we need to write our action name, and here we need to select our Apex class. After selecting the Apex class, then we have an option to add or to pass the parameter values regarding which contains the value of this account record. Now the next we have create a record. So here we need to provide our action name, and then we have record type from which we can select the record of which we want to create a record. So I am selecting here account. Then we have the option to set the field values. So whatever the fields which are mandatory, we can set their values from here. You can see. And now next we have sending an email alert. So by using this is same as we have in our workflow. So we can select our email alert from here, and we can send it through process builder. So our next option is flows. So it is also simple. We just need to select our flow which we want to execute through this process. So next we have the post to chatter. So using the post to chatter, we can feed it to the user or to the chatter group or to this record. So now after selecting this post to, we have option to add our message which we want to post. So this action will be available only if our organization has chatter enabled. So now next section we have processes. So using the current process, we can execute another processes also. So that was as you can see, we have the three options, that is in which the last one is of invocable type. If our process builder is of invocable type, then we can able to select that process here. So now next we have quick actions. So the quick action can be a object specific or a global action. So only create, update and log call actions are supported here. So to use a quick action from a process, the action must exist in our organization. So here, as for now we are not having any action, so if we have action, then we can able to select them and then we can use them. So now the next we have Cube. So using Cube, we can create documents, chat rooms and folders. When important event occurs, we can attach a document to a record so our user have information in context. We can also update our spreadsheet with the latest Salesforce data. We can send a message to the chat room or document. We can also add slides to the deck. To a deck, copy documents, add members to the document or chat, and many more. So the next we have send custom notification. We need to create a custom notification which we can select in our notification type, and then we can send our notification to a owner, group, user or a queue, and then we need to add our message in the notification body which we want to display. And now next we have submit for approval. So using the process builder, yes, we can also submit our approval process for the approval to these submitters. And the next we have update a record, and yes, last is we can also update our record, that is the current object record and also its related object record. So as you can see, we have the option to select the same record object or the related one. So as you know, in the process builder, we can also schedule our action. So there are two possible cases in which the schedule actions are available. So on the object node, if you see that there are the two options, that is one is when the record is created and the second is when the record is created and edited. So if we select when a record is created, then we can able to see our schedule action. And the second option is we can see if we select when the record is created or edited, and on the criteria node the checkbox is true. The checkbox is the advanced checkbox, that is if you want to execute action only when the specified changes are made, is checked. So these are the two possible conditions in which we can schedule our actions. So hope you guys enjoy the videos, and in our upcoming video we will discuss the pros and cons of process builder. And if you like the content, do share with your friends, and thanks for watching.